डरेंगे न हटेंगे,
लड़ेंगे जीतेंगे,
न डरेंगे न हटेंगे,
लड़ेंगे जीतेंगे।
तो दिखाइए वो अहिंसा की ताकत है, वो महिला शक्ति है। हम उनके लिए जोरदार तालियां बजाएं। लॉकडाउन में भी 450 करोड़ का मुनाफा कमाते हैं, सभी को मालूम होना चाहिए। और 700 करोड़ 2 साल पहले तक हर साल कमाते थे, अभी 450 करोड़ का कमा रहे हैं। कहाँ है घाटे में?
Where is it धोखा है? नहीं चलाओ धोखा है। Where is it धोखा है? नहीं चलाओ धोखा है। नारी शक्ति आई है, नई रोशनी लाई है।
लोग ये संघर्ष जब तक जारी रखेंगे, जब तक हमें हमारा रोजगार या रोजगार का अधिकार नहीं मिल जाता, तब तक हम लोग संघर्ष जारी रखेंगे।
ये आंदोलन तब तक जारी रहेगा जब तक हमारा हक और अधिकार, जब तक हमें हमारा रोजगार नहीं मिल जाता या रोजगार का अधिकार नहीं मिल जाता, तब तक ये आंदोलन जारी रहेगा। हम इसको आखिरी मंजिल तक ले जाएंगे। जब तक हमारी मंजिल नहीं मिलेगी, तब तक ये हमारा संघर्ष जारी रहेगा।
People have faith in Birlas more than in Adanis and Ambanis. But these mills, which are located in village Satrati district, Khargone of Madhya Pradesh, and just adjacent to the Mumbai-Agra road, that is the Indore-Mumbai Express Highway, were run by them since 1993. The yarn unit, and 96 the denim unit, and more than 1,000 workers were employed. But suddenly the Birlas came to a conclusion that they were facing losses, and the workers felt that no, the loss was only due to corruption by the management and neglect by the owners. Now when that decision was known to the workers, they sat on a sit-in inside the factory, and finally late night they were given in writing with the labor officer, Tehsildar and the Birla management itself that they will run the mills properly, सुचारू रूप से मिल चलाई जाएगी, और अगर नहीं तो VRS या VSS दिया जाएगा. So the workers were satisfied temporarily by that.
लेकिन उसके बाद में उन्होंने कोई बातचीत नहीं किया और एकदम से कंपनी ब्रिड ग्लोबल को बेचने का इन्होंने निर्णय ले लिया। एक तरह से फर्जी ड्रामा किया बेचने का। हमने मैनेजमेंट से बात किया था जब हमें पता लगा कि ये कंपनी बेचने वाले हैं 17 अगस्त 2017 को, तो फिर हम सभी वर्कर्स मिल करके और ADM में गए थे। वहाँ मैनेजमेंट से हमारी चर्चा हुई थी और काफ़ी जदोजहद के बाद में मैनेजमेंट ने हमें आश्वासन दिया था लिखित रूप में कि जब भी कंपनी बिकेगी या लीज पर दी जाएगी, उस समय वर्कर्स से और यूनियंस से बातचीत की जाएगी और बातचीत करने के बाद में जो निर्णय होगा उसी निर्णय पर आगे बढ़ा जाएगा।
But within 5 days they sold the mills, and the workers were shocked. And when the Varied Global, a Kolkata-based industry, decided to take over, the workers said that we don't want to join Varied because their other mill, just located 5 to 7 kilometers away, was not running properly, and they were not even paying their workers in time. So the workers came out when they took occupation and started a satyagraha.
मेघा पाटकर जी की यूनियन का सदस्य बनना इसलिए हम लोगों ने स्वीकार किया कि हमने देखा है कि जहाँ पे नर्मदा बचाओ आंदोलन हमारे पास में ही है, यहाँ से करीब 60-65 किलोमीटर की दूरी पर, तो उन्होंने मेघा पाटकर ने जो वहाँ पर काम किया है मजदूरों के लिए और गरीबों के लिए, किसानों के लिए एक प्रकार से कि उनका हक और अधिकार दिलाया है। तो हमें लगा कि अगर मेघा पाटकर हमारे इस यूनियन की नेतृत्व करेंगी तो निश्चित तौर पर हमें आगे चल करके हमारा भविष्य सुरक्षित होगा और जो हमारे हक और अधिकार हैं वो मिलेंगे, इसलिए हमने मेघा पाटकर की यूनियन को स्वीकार किया।
And these 4 unions were there and no one knew who is the member of which union, etc. But people came to us and said, the workers, that now we want to go on the path similar to the Narmada Bachao Andolan and not the union strategy. The workers said that now we want to go on the Andolan path. And we said, okay, but if there are 4 unions already recognized and registered, let us invite them to a common dais and ask them. So there was the first public meeting in which I also put a condition that the women from your families, although they were not workers, must be a party to this meeting. So hundreds of women and hundreds of workers participated, and all the 4 unions said unanimously that okay, the workers are with you, so whatever line of action you want to take, we will be with you. So the satyagraha went on beautifully.
मेधा पाटकर जी एक अच्छी छवि के समाज सेवी है। उन्होंने 36 साल से नर्मदा बचाओ आंदोलन का जो संघर्ष किया, काफ़ी काबिले तारीफ है। और सभी लोगों को यही लगा कि क्यों ना अपन मेधा ताई जी के नेतृत्व ही में क्यों ना अपन संघर्ष करें।
When we stood before the industrial tribunal with our own advocates, the agreement of business transfer came into our hands for the first time. And when we looked into that, it was shockingly fake, because the whole property includes even today 84 acres of land and tens of buildings and machinery and housing quarters, duplex bungalows, temple, VIP guest house, canteen and what not. And yet it was shown to be worth 2.5 crores. So the tribunal came to a conclusion that it's a sham agreement. They took to the High Court. High Court also endorsed the tribunal's judgment, and they had to cancel the business transfer. And then the High Court also said, endorsed the tribunal's viewpoint that payment should continue from Birlas because they had not sold, so they continued to be the employer. So last 3.5 years till last month, the workers have been getting this thing, but the mills remain closed. So it was illegal closure, nothing less than that. And when we went to Supreme Court, again asking Supreme Court to reject the High Court this thing, Supreme Court partly accepted a viewpoint. It said that yes, payment must continue. So Birlas continued to pay 1.5 crore at least per month to the 1,000 workers and employees. But the Supreme Court said that state government must be approached and state government must decide, not getting influenced by the High Court judgment, of whether the mills were in losses due to unavoidable reasons, or was it a deliberate strategy of a corporate who wanted to go in for more of profiteering by changing the sector and the use of that land and property. Main point is that when they had to cancel the first business transfer agreement with Verit, the Birlas senior office bearers came to us in Indore and held a dialogue. They wanted to meet me one-to-one, but we said no, workers will be the witness. And in that they offered VRS, which was coming to 4 to 5 lakh rupees. After 20 to 25 years of service, having the age group of beyond 40, how would hundreds of workers go and get employment in the present situation?
हमें तो नहीं लगता कि कुछ लोग VRS की राशि ले लेंगे। ये 3-4 लाख रुपए VRS लेने से क्या मतलब है? आज हमारे बच्चों का भविष्य है, उनकी पढ़ाई है, लिखाई है, उनका शादी है, घर की बीमारी को देखते हुए मुझे तो नहीं लगता कि कोई लोग इस VRS को लेंगा। वो सभी लोगों का यही कहना है कि हम लोग VRS का नकारते हैं और हमको रोजगार ही चाहिए।
They immediately, Mr. Dalmia, the senior vice president then and today's whole-time director of Birlas, said that okay, Tai, then we would give you the mills. You are saying that the mills property values up to 426 crores, which was not our figure. This was the amount mentioned in the professional assessment report submitted to the High Court by Verit itself. one of the companies that they were saying. So they said, for 1 rupee we would give 2 mills and you run the mills if you are so confident that there should be no losses. I said, let us think about it. And we were thrilled, because if the workers become the owners, that is the dream that we ever would like to pursue. For 6 full months, they came to Indore and we had 4 times negotiations. After the end of our investigation, our assessment, our consultation with the experts from Andhra Pradesh, Maharashtra, Gujarat, we came to a conclusion. We prepared a proposal, and the organizational basis of workers as cooperative, we resolved on that, etc., etc. And with all this financial plan, because half of the staff members joined us, and we were always taking for granted that the unions will support whatever decision. So with a secret ballot, more than 90% of workers voted in favor of Rozgar, employment, and not VRS. Before which we informed the ITEC and INTEC people. But they said, look, we are not very confident, but if whatever you decide with workers, we agree with it. So there was no problem expected. But the very next day after we submitted the proposal, 8 persons' signatures with that a letter was given by the 4 unions together, including CPI's union and the BJP's union, and they said that they want VRS. Now the Birlas took advantage of this and said that, look, if 100% workers and staff are ready to take the mills, then we would have given you the mills. This was not the condition that they put, and they had clearly mentioned this option as one of the 2 options before the tribunal through their affidavit on oath. So this was absolutely deception. We approached the tribunal impleaded us, we submitted notarized affidavits of hundreds of workers, and then we also formed our union, and 90% workers became our members. So for last 3.5 years, except few days during lockdown, the satyagraha continued.
हम लोग ये संघर्ष जब तक जारी रखेंगे, जब तक हमें हमारा रोजगार या रोजगार का अधिकार नहीं मिल जाता, तब तक हम लोग संघर्ष जारी रखेंगे।
ये आंदोलन तब तक जारी रहेगा जब तक हमारा हक और अधिकार, जब तक हमें हमारा रोजगार नहीं मिल जाता या रोजगार का अधिकार नहीं मिल जाता, तब तक ये आंदोलन जारी रहेगा। हम इसको आखिरी मंजिल तक ले जाएंगे। जब तक हमारी मंजिल नहीं मिलेगी, तब तक ये हमारा संघर्ष जारी रहेगा। इतने जबरदस्त तरीके से इस आंदोलन को चला रहे हैं और सब एक तरह से प्रतिज्ञाबद्ध है कि जब तक हमें हमारा हक नहीं मिलता है, हम उस पैसे को हाथ नहीं लगाएंगे। और मुझे पूरा विश्वास है कि हमारा कोई भी श्रमिक भाई उस पैसे को हाथ नहीं लगाएगा। लेकिन हमें पूरा विश्वास है कि जिस प्रकार से मेरिट ग्लोबल का जो रजिस्ट्री था वो फर्जी था, उसी प्रकार से मंजिल की भी रजिस्ट्री फर्जी साबित होगी और निश्चित तौर पर हम इनको फर्जी साबित करेंगे और कोर्ट में हमारी ही जीत होगी, क्योंकि हमने बिल्कुल जो संविधान के दायरे में रह करके और हमने अपनी प्रक्रिया शुरू की है और संविधान के दायरे में हम अपनी प्रक्रिया को खत्म भी करेंगे।
Now suddenly, without having a conclusive dialogue, they have decided to again transfer the business, but it is not really the business, it's the property that needs to be valued and then the stamp duty paid. So whatever registries now have come to us, we feel that the Cotton King Manjit Singh, through 2 of his companies, Manjit Global and Manjit Cotton, is trying to purchase the property, but whether he would really run the mills, because he has put a condition that none of the staff members and none of the employees of Century he would take into his business. So they have offered VRS, which is again 3 to 5 lakhs, and the 873 workers and staff members have rejected the same.
और मंजिल का कोई अधिकार नहीं बनता है कि जब 2 पक्षों में विवाद चल रहा है तो उस विवाद में आकर के और तीसरा पक्ष श्रमिकों को डाउन करने के लिए उनका मनोबल तोड़ने की कोशिश करे, और मंजिल की केवल एक कोशिश है और निश्चित तौर पर हम इनकी कोशिश को नाकाम करेंगे और हम आखिरी मंजिल तक जाएंगे।
they are trying to evict the people from their houses inside the campus, and they have put some money forcibly into the accounts of the workers who have rejected VRS and also the staff members. Now, while we are challenging this, we have also challenged the overall position that the company is not following the undertaking that it had given to High Court and Supreme Court, that following 25O section of the Act and not resolving the dispute, instead again avoiding that path and going for a sale which we considered as not really bona fide. The unity is unprecedented as per many people who have watched this. Let's see what is the court's decision and then what kind of result we get when we question the registration and the business transfer agreement itself.